Can you hear me? Oh, no, you can't.
Sitting there like, what the heck's going on?
Alright, mixture back to T for taxi. Flaps are down, slash up. We're not going to get any weather. And I think we're ready to taxi here. I'm just going to scoot up and get comfortable. Alright.
Warrior 659, Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659, turning left crosswind, runway 14, Mansfield.
So this is telling us that it's expired, but we're VFR, so it's okay. So I'm just going to hit enter here. And we see that up and to the left.
Not to interrupt you, but a little side note. See that yellow cub right there?
Yep.
That guy either doesn't have or doesn't use radio. So if you ever see him, keep an eye out for him.
Okay.
Like, he just took off and didn't make any calls, and he's over there. And the Warrior, our Warrior with Bill, is on the crosswind, which is going to be right near him somewhere. And this guy is just flying some cowboy-type pattern right now. So that's why I even tell everyone, every student, you know, especially at the when you're at the solo stage and stuff before you get your license, it's a good idea to always enter the upwind or get in the pattern at some point and observe the traffic flow, because you get people like this. Like that plane just legitimately might not have radios in it.
Sure.
Because it's an older style and stuff. And you don't need them legally. So that's why it's good to get in the pattern and observe it and stuff. Because I don't think he even just followed the noise abatement whatsoever.
Right, he's just doing
yeah. It's always funny, too, because you get someone that does something weird like that, immediately you get a phone call at the airport. The flight school's not following the noise, like, flew right over. No, not every airplane is a flight school.
Right, it's not us.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659 on downwind runway 14, Mansfield.
Good note. Alright, we have full fuel, so heading enter here.
4 miles to the east, southeast, and entering at a 45 downwind, runway 15, Plymouth.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November. We were at the Academy going to taxi to the ramp, Mansfield. Alright.
Very nice.
Off we go. Nobody to the right, nobody to the left.
So I wonder how hard it is to dock those amphibs.
I think it's a real skill. I was watching a video on it the other day, and I mean, they were like timing it so they could jump off, like, you know?
I mean, we've got a boat that I take out all the time, and even on windy days and stuff, you know, it's difficult to get the boat sometimes. I can't imagine a float plane, especially if you're by yourself.
Right.
Like, and you got to somehow get to the dock and keep the plane from smacking into anything.
Huh. Believe it. Alright, so continue on here.
Traffic, experimental 5 Romeo Deltas on the downwind, runway 15, full stop.
So a couple of things I just recognized is we did do a pre-taxi check. So just quickly kind of do that.
Okay.
Our airspeed is 0, so that's fine. Artificial horizon is level. We'll set our
Below 1 minute, watch out.
altitude to 122. Turn coordinator is level, and coordinate our heading. With our compass and our VSI is reading 0, so we're good there. And fuel pump is off. All that is good now. Alright, so brake is set. And I'll check our flight controls. Thumbs up. Stabilators up. Turn left. Ailerons up. Stabilators up.
Cool.
We're good. Mixture rich. And we'll switch to fuel pump here, or turn the fuel pump on and switch.
The traffic experimental 5 Romeo Delta is on left base runway
Fuel pump off.
full stop limit.
And we'll go power to 2000. Lock it up here.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659, clear runway 14, taxi back.
Alright, so we're at 2000. We'll check that we have 3 in the green, the oil temperature is rising, fuel pressure is in the green, oil pressure is in the green. Our vacuum is reading just below 5, and we're charging on the ammeter, so that looks good to me. We can check our mags, so I'm going to double touch here. And we'll go down. Get a 70 drop, so we're allowed 175, so that is within range. Let it even out here. Check the next one. Getting an 80 drop, so difference of 50 is what we need or can't have, so it's 10, so we're fine there. We'll go back up to both.
All right.
I'll put the carb heat on. It should decrease a bit. It's a warm day, so we only get about 20 or 30, so that's fine. Then we'll bring it to idle, make sure the engine still runs when we're at idle.
Very nice. Nice flow. I like it.
Engine's still running, so I want to turn the carbine off. Click any button to get back to tachometer, and I'll bring it up to 1,000 again. Alright. So we've power, engine gauges we checked, back and ammeter we checked, checked the bags, we checked the carb heat, and the fuel pump is now, we can switch on since we're going to be taking off soon. We don't need to do any comms and navs today, and doors and windows we'll deal with. We'll just double check our trim is even, so that's fine. Flaps are down, and lights, turn our landing light on so people can see us. And,
That's off.
Oh, that's off, sorry, it was off. Right. And, alright, I think we're ready.
Cool.
And, wait for this guy to move here.
Some planes I think look so funky.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659, closing 422 on the grass, Mansfield.
You might be doing a run up there, so if you want, you can pull up to 14.
Okay. Alright.
You're clear behind us, no one's coming.
Mansfield traffic, Turkey 31 November, taxiing from the ramp to runway 14, Mansfield. Alright, just want to make sure.
Yep.
We're on altitude. Mixture is rich. So we're down. Fuel pump is on.
Cool.
I think we're ready.
Alright, I'm liking it. Great.
I don't see anybody coming from the right or from the left. I haven't heard any radio calls.
Warrior 41888 is 5 miles
Alright.
to the southwest. We'll be entering on a left crosswind for left traffic 15.
Mansfield traffic, Turkey 31 November. Departing runway 14. We're going to stay in the pattern. Mansfield. Pick up all our runway here. And full power. Everything is still in the green. And we're at rotation speed. I've made a mistake here. Fixed it.
Aircraft 14 Mansfield, you ready to go, or we'll call off the second area? Aircraft holding short of 14 Mansfield, you guys ready to go?
Charlie Mike at Mansfield, you got a copy?
And Mansfield traffic 659 departing left runway 14 Mansfield, left closed pattern.
Guess not.
Jerry, you get a hold of Mark?
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, turning left crosswind for runway 14 Mansfield.
Yeah.
Really nice job with all of that. Nice flow, checked everything. Good sequencing, I like it.
Traffic, King Air 595, Pinion Lake, up on Roger, 22 by Harvard.
Roger.
Alright, so we're going to try and bring the power down here.
Westerly traffic, Skyhawk turning base runway 7 full stop westerly.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, turning left downwind for runway 14 Mansfield.
Westerly traffic, Skyhawk 1226 Fox, left traffic, the crosswind now for left 7 westerly. Plymouth Warrior 41888, it's on a midfield left crosswind 15.
You're just going to fly a final and enter a left downwind for runway 14. I'll be landing 14.
And westerly traffic, Skyhawk 26 Fox.
So see what I mean about people? That guy's sitting there right near a runway, blocking half of the taxiways.
Not even
talking on the radios.
Black Island traffic.
So keep an eye on him just in case he decides to cowboy it up and pull out.
Alright.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659, turning crosswind, runway 14, Mansfield.
So he's behind us. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to pull the power out. We'll start descending here. Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, turning left base for runway 14 Mansfield.
Westerly, New England, 310 southeast, 1200 and bound westerly.
Westerly traffic, Skyhawk 1226 Fox, 1000.
Mansfield 776, Charlie Mike, departing 14.
Yeah, see, now he's going. Alright, just turn in final, and if you have to do a go around, do a go around.
That'll be my first go around. Going now. Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, turning final for runway 14 Mansfield.
Black Island traffic, Saratoga 41443, 2 miles to the west, RNAV 10, Black Island.
Now, to be fair with this guy, too, what he could have been doing was talking on the RCO to get an IFR clearance out of here. He was filing an IFR flight plan, which is maybe why his radio was swapped or something and he didn't hear us.
Warrior 659 on midfield, downwind, runway 14, Mansfield.
Alright, nice looking approach. Keep it coming in. Use that trim, perfect. I'm liking it. Right about here, get that last notch of flaps in. Now don't worry too much about the threshold. Keep your nose forward and cut the power right back to idle here. You got this runway made. Keep it forward, keep it forward, keep it forward. Nice and smooth. Try to touch the nose to the end a little more. See, all you did is you let it get a little too flat too early. And that's why I was telling you, keep it forward, keep it forward. You want a nice nose down attitude so that way when your speed's dropping off, what you're doing is you're kind of coming in and you're just kind of letting it sink flat. And when you do that, we have enough speed to keep it flying, but you're not going to have enough energy to bring the nose up, and that's where it's going to kind of drop a little bit on you.
Right.
And this time, you could tell it was going to happen, but like that, you know, it's a little bouncy, but it's not going to hurt the plane, and I want you to feel it and see what happens when you have that. So keep it coming down a little bit more next time. Keep the nose forward a little bit longer, and you'll be fine.
I guess I must get a little scared when I get that close, and I want to pull up. But you're saying I got to keep on going.
Yep. And it's normal because it's not something you can go home and practice what the runway looks like and how close to the ground looks like. You know, It's one of those things you got to do multiple times, and you get used to what the sight picture looks like, as we call it.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, we're clear of runway 14, taxiing back to 14, crossing 0422 the grass, Mansfield.
Good. Now in the future, Try not to call your crossing when you're like half a mile away from it.
Oh, so we did it because we were down there
Yeah,
last
exactly.
time. Yeah, gotcha.
That's okay, though. I like that you're thinking of that. That's good. Because we're not going to be there for another...
I'll call it again.
Yeah, that's fine. But good. I'm liking what I was seeing. That was a good pattern. Nice turns, nice altitudes, good start, run up, everything. Doing great.
You threw my whole session for a loop. I was all ready to go to North Central. I had practiced it.
I know, I'm sorry.
No,
about
I'm
that.
just kidding. Doesn't matter. I was like trying to do VOR from Boston to North Central.
Hey, that's good. I like that.
It was fun. I realized though my plane in the sim doesn't sync at all. It's the same type of airplane.
Yeah.
But it just keeps flying forever.
Traffic Skyhawk, several miles to
Oh, you mean, yeah, I get what you're saying.
45 entries
Doesn't
down.
sync.
I thought you meant match up as in sync.
No. It just
But, yeah.
doesn't, like, when I pull the power out, like, it can fly for another 10 miles.
Yeah, I mean, that's like what the Warrior does. That's what the 172 would do and everything.
Mansfield traffic,
Yeah.
Cherokee
These things
3369er Whiskey.
have these Hershey bar wings, as we call them.
Right.
They want to sync.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, crossing 0422 the grass, Mansfield. Don't see a Piper coming.
Yeah, exactly. A nice plane.
That's cool looking.
The Cherokee 6.
Ah, is that 6-person?
Yep, seat 6. And it's got like, I want to say somewhere around 300 horsepower, 250 or something.
Oh, wow, okay.
Got a good beefed up motor and everything.
Yeah. All right. So we got our mixture rich. The fuel pump is on. That's down. This is good. And, all right, I think we're ready.
Cool.
Okay. Go. Don't see anybody coming. Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November. Departing runway 14. We'll be staying in the pattern. Mansfield.
Warrior 659 crossing 422 on the grass, Mansfield.
Full power. We're still in the green here.
Now, I'm going to help you a little bit. Bring the power back a little. Hold it. See this picture right here? This is the sight picture you're looking for when you're landing. The nose almost touching the end. Now there you go. Full throttle and you can climb. Just kind of get that nose slightly up where it's almost touching the end of that runway.
Right.
You still want to be able to just see the end of it a little bit, but you're just trying to touch that nose a little bit on the end there.
Gotcha.
Warrior 659 departing runway 14, staying in the pattern, Mansfield.
They're just following us today.
Man, good traffic.
What's that?
I said they're just following us today.
Yep.
15, limit.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, turning left crosswind for runway 14 Mansfield.
One 611 Zulu. Wind 100 at 09er. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 25 Celsius.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, turning left downwind for runway 14 Mansfield.
And Cotton.
Density altitude's 1,000.
Block on the traffic, Pilatus, clearing the pattern to the east. Hold on.
Go on. lanes.
Implement traffic, 49 Fox is on the crosswind for 15, implement.
Midfield traffic, Cub is upwind for, downwind for, 0.
Where are you on the downwind? We're on the downwind of beam the numbers for 14 right now at 1200. Oh, okay, cowboy. My controls for 1 second. Fucking idiot. Alright, nice of you to use the radios, bud. Mansfield traffic, Turkey 3 November's on a left base behind the Cub. We're gonna join the left upwind and go around Mansfield. Alright, your control.
You're not talking on the radio, probably wrong frequency.
Okay, I got you, Cub, midfield downwind for 04, grass strip, looking for other traffic.
We're right off your right wing now. We're gonna enter a left upwind for runway 14. We'll keep you in sight.
Yeah, okay,
Fucking
you
idiots.
gonna try to land?
Yeah, that's the idea.
No, I'm saying, I thought you were going around. I can extend right downwind.
It's alright, we are. I said we're gonna enter the left upwind. We got you in sight. Go ahead.
Alright, thanks, brother. Had a little trouble on my radio.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior
Yeah, it's called not using it.
Yeah.
That's really all it is.
14 Mansfield. Implement traffic, 49 Fox, turn left downwind from crosswind, 15.
Sometimes it takes a lot for me to hold back my sarcastic comments. That time that one squeaked out.
Just to confirm, Cub is extending. We'll go wait for you.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, turning left upwind for runway 14. We have the Cub in sight.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659 on left.
But he should be below us as we.
Yeah, I got him still.
Yeah, I see him.
Just keep
Cub is turning left base for 04, grass strip.
Mansfield traffic 659, we have the Cub in sight, and you have the traffic.
Well, the thing is, he called 14 at first.
Yeah, that's right. He wasn't on anything for 14.
Yeah.
Cub is final for grass strip.
Guy flies some wonky ass
Traffic,
paths.
Skyhawk, 45 is downwind, runway 15 Plymouth. He's sending out of 1,600.
Traffic, 49 Fox, left base, 15 Plymouth.
And I've got the plane on left base in sight. Feel free.
Well, that was a little excitement for you today.
Yeah.
Entering left downwind, 14 west for wind.
And that's a very stereotypical high wing, low wing right there, because he was lower than us, lower than TPA.
Yeah.
And that's why you don't want to do that. Why in a high wing you don't want to be too high, in a low wing, or sorry, and in a high wing you don't want to be too low. So you can't see what's above you, sorry.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, turning left crosswind for runway 14, Mansfield. Right. Sorry, I just wanted to
No, you're fine.
get that call in.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659 on base, runway 14, Mansfield.
Oh, yeah, I see him.
Now we're following him.
Yeah. Well, evasive maneuvers earlier.
Plymouth area traffic, Skyhawk turning left base, runway 15 Plymouth. Cub is off all active runways.
Mansfield traffic 659 is short final, we have the Cub in sight, Mansfield.
Plymouth area traffic, Skyhawk turning final, 15 Plymouth.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, turning left downwind for runway 15, or 14, Mansfield.
New runway.
New runway.
You know,
He just said 15 right before.
it's kind of funny, but at some airports they do have to change the runways because the magnetic north keeps shifting.
Right.
So the orientation, it ticks over enough where it's no longer the correct runway, and they got to rename it basically.
I think I read that in one of the airman's knowledge book.
Yeah. There was one airport I was looking at. You can look and see the exact magnetic degree of the runways when you look in the AFD.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, I just looked one day at one, and it said it was like magnetic was 132 degrees, and they were calling it runway 14. I'm like, why wouldn't they call that 13?
Huh. Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, turning left base for runway 14, Mansfield.
Okay, traffic, Skyhawk clear, right 157.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, turning final for runway 14, Mansfield.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659, taxiing back to runway 14 for departure Mansfield.
Now keep this nice nose down attitude. Keep bringing the power back now. Keep the nose forward a little longer. Keep it forward, keep it forward, keep it forward. Now nice, smooth, look at the end of the runway. Keep it up. There you go. Keep it up a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
That looked good.
It felt good too. Now, one of the other tricks you can try too, if you'd like, if you want to try it this next time around, is to keep a little power in. And when you come in over the runway, because these like to sink, is to just keep looking at the end, have it floating over the runway with the power, and then bring the power out a little bit, bring the nose up a little bit, bring the power out a little bit, bring the nose up a little bit.
Okay.
And so these are different techniques that I'll teach you, and that you can kind of pick which one you like the best.
Gotcha.
So you can do the, keep the nose down a little more aggressively, like a little more steeper, and then kind of have the energy to flare it out, or you can keep the power in and slowly keep reducing it as you slowly keep bringing the nose up.
Gotcha. Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, clear of runway 14, Mansfield. Taxiing back to runway 14, Mansfield.
Sound great on the radios.
That's because I keep listening to it constantly, I think.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659, departing runway 14, staying in the pattern, Mansfield.
My wife comes home and I'm just like listening to ATC.
It's addicting.
It is for me.
So kind of what our plan will be is I'll have you next week, see if you can get us over into North Central.
Yeah.
And then the week after that, what we'll do is see if we can go into New Bedford. We'll talk about the tower communications and all of that stuff. So if you want to start listening to some of that
Sure.
stuff in the meantime.
I have a little, because that's where at Norwood,
Yep.
we started on the tower.
Yep.
But I always find it somewhat intimidating.
To be honest with you, I think that radio communications at a towered airport are easier than an untowered airport.
Really?
Just because if you think when you get in the pattern, like you got to make 2 calls. Usually that's about it.
Report midfield
And then clear to land.
right.
And other than that, the guy's doing the traffic separation for you.
That's true.
It's a lot less talking. And the way I tell everyone is just kind of think of it like, you're just talking to another human. You don't understand what he's saying. You just ask him.
Right.
You don't like it, you say unable.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, crossing 0422 the grass, Mansfield. Favor in the grass now, it looks like a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to keep moving around all day today with that weather moving in.
Yeah.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659, turning left crosswind, runway 14, Mansfield.
Alright, mixture on, fuel pumps on, everything else should be good, so we're good to go. I don't see anybody coming. Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 November, departing runway 14, we'll be staying in the pattern, Mansfield.
Danielson traffic, Skyhawk 46613, we are just
Full power.
on the track, ORL. We'll look up for standard.
Everything is in the green. Took off nice and quick there because I didn't change the trim.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659 on downwind runway 14, Mansfield.
Danielson traffic, Pawnee entering left downwind 13 Danielson.
Danielson traffic, 613 is now 5 miles northeast of Danielson at 1500.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 November, turning left crosswind for runway 14, Mansfield.
Wesley traffic, Roman is 5 miles to the northwest. We're making straight in for 14 westerly.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659, turning base runway 14, Mansfield.
Danielson traffic, Pawnee turning left base 13 Danielson.
From the traffic, Cirrus is 7 miles to the southeast inbound for downwind entry to 15. From the traffic.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, turning left downwind for runway 14, Mansfield.
All right, Plymouth traffic, Seneca 4 Tango.
Bring that throttle right back
4
down.
miles to
Hey.
the east, going to be set for 45 to downwind. 15.
There's your traffic on final,
Yeah.
base to final.
See him.
Mansfield
Where's my
traffic,
cub?
Warrior 659,
He's
turning
in the
base
hangar,
runway
hide.
14,
Thank
Mansfield.
God.
Correction, Warrior 659, turning final, runway 14, Mansfield.
Another hazy day.
Yes, there's 2 Golf Tango, 4 Tango Whiskey. Roger, we're here. We're 4.5 to the south, looking right down, 3-3 right now.
Okay, all right, because I've been looking for you. That's what I had your site here, but all right. We're just 4 Tango Whiskey's now 3 miles to the...
A little rule of thumb is typically if you're on the downwind and someone's on final,
Yeah.
you can typically start your turn if you'd like after they get a little bit behind your left wing, or behind whatever wing they're coming in on, I guess. Depends on what pattern you're making.
Gotcha. Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 November, turning left base for runway 14, Mansfield.
The other thing too is keep in mind that you're going to change it up to
Zero to Keen, low approach only.
you're going to change it up to based off of what planes are in the pattern with you. You know, if you got some like Cub that's
Mansfield traffic,
moving
Warrior
super
659,
slow
clear runway 14,
versus like a Learjet.
Right.
And Mansfield traffic, Bonanza is departing 14, Mansfield.
Your left downwind.
Departure.
Yeah, you think you're going to have time for this one?
Whatever you can say, they'll follow behind you.
Maybe.
Right, thanks.
I think so.
Wesley traffic, Roman's 2 miles
This
final,
is
14
speed 'em up,
westerly.
watch. Mansfield traffic, 3 November is a short final now, 14 Mansfield. Get him out of the way. Bonanzas.
I mean, we made calls.
Yeah, it's just impatient people.
Yeah.
That's really all it is. So cut the power back.
Or high.
Give me a slip. So step on the rudder one way, hold the aileron down. There you go, keep it coming. There you go. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Step on that rudder a little harder. There you go.
422 on the grass, Mansfield.
Cool. Now keep that nose forward, push it forward. You can add a little power if you want and try the other little technique. Now, kind of get it in, keep it up a little. There you go.
Downwind for 15, number 2.
Not bad, you're getting these. Looking great.
Almost for a second feels like I know what I'm doing.
That's good, have a little confidence.
I have a lot of confidence, I just don't portray it.
Is leaving to the west. Alright, what did you say your altimeter was busted, right?
November, we're in a pattern.
Yeah.
We're just clearing 1-4.
Oh, we got that.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659, departing runway 14, staying in the pattern. Left base, 15, number 2.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, taxiing, clear run 4, taxiing back to 14, Mansfield.
Alright, so here's a question for you. If our altimeter didn't work, when would we actually recognize that it didn't work?
Once we're in the air, is what you're saying?
Pretty much. I mean, you're not going to notice that it wasn't working on the ground. You still might be able to adjust it and
right.
stuff, but say that static port was clogged up, or like a bug got in there or something, you know, we're not going to really notice until we get up in the air. So if this happens, and you noticed, you know, you're going to be climbing out, and you're going to say, oh shit, the altimeter's not working. What are you going to do in that situation?
Gonna eyeball it, I guess.
Yeah, that's the answer. So, are we legally allowed to fly without that working?
I don't know. I assume it's yes, though.
So, the answer is no.
No.
So, what I'll have you do for homework is look up in the regulations under Part 91. There's a list of equipment that we have to have working. And there's a little acronym I can teach you too. Maybe if you want, we'll go over that next week before we fly.
That's tomato flames?
Yeah, A tomato flames.
A tomato flames.
So that's on there.
Yeah.
Now something like, and the way I want you to look at it when you're looking through those instruments is kind of think, okay, why do I actually need that? Or why don't I need that if you're looking around the cockpit? Like the attitude indicator. We don't need an attitude indicator to fly VFR. Why do you think that is?
Because we can see around us and we should be able to see the horizon.
Exactly.
Let me call this. Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, crossing 0422 the grass, Mansfield.
In reality, we can fly an airplane just fine without an altimeter. But the hard part is we can't really judge if we're going to be above or below airspace or anything like that around areas. That's why they want you to have it.
9360 Echo, 3 miles to the northeast. Entering the downwind for runway 12 on traffic.
Gotcha.
And traffic at Taunton, check your frequency. That guy said Taunton, right?
Yeah, he definitely said Taunton.
Taunton's on 122.7. You get a whole bunch of weekend warriors that have no freaking clue what they're doing sometimes.
Oh man, that's crazy. Alright. So, we're just going to eyeball our altitude this time?
Yeah. Kind of show me that, like, you know, you'd recognize that happened and say, oh crap, I need this, I'm going to do a lap in the pattern and land. So, kind of look and see what it feels like. Like, turn your crosswind when it feels right, turn your downwind when it feels right. And what I want you to do is we'll level out on the downwind where you think TPA should be.
Yeah.
And I want you to tell me what you think. I think this is just right. I think we may be a little too high or maybe a little too low.
60 Echo is turning downwind. Runway 12 on traffic.
Taunton aircraft, you are on the wrong frequency. Taunton is 122.7.
My apologies. Thank you, sir.
Alright. I think we're ready to go here.
Alright.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, departing runway 14. We'll be staying in the pattern, Mansfield.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659 is midfield downwind runway 14, Mansfield.
We should just cancel all lessons today. A whole bunch of morons out. LTAM the area closed.
Dangerous, restricted area.
No solos today.
Alright, we're all in the green again. Little right rudder to stay center here. And I think we're ready to go. A little more right rudder. There we go.
Caravan Amphib is 2 to the south now, inbound, setting up for left downwind 14, westerly.
Alright, so we are going to gauge our height.
4 west.
They're not there yet.
Danielson traffic, 2 for Alpha Fox is on downwind for 13, Danielson.
Mansfield traffic 659, simulate engine at 14 Mansfield.
Westerly traffic, Skyhawk 26 Fox, final 14 westerly.
Alright, I'm going to turn here. I think this looks pretty close to me.
Alright.
Well, then you should be on the other side of the field.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, turning left crosswind for runway 14 Mansfield.
I don't know if you heard that radio call. Some guy called that he was on the left downwind or something, and then someone said they didn't see him. And he said the runway's to my right, and he goes, so then you're on the wrong side of the field.
Oh, I did hear that.
There's a whole bunch of fun stuff out there today.
Weird today.
Oh, we got you, Pilatus.
Something in the air.
Oh. So I usually use that steeple way out in the distance there.
Alright.
So,
Turn
some more here.
And the Pilatus now has a caravan in sight, we'll follow you. Traffic, caravan is left downwind 14 westerly.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, turning left downwind for runway 14 Mansfield.
Now, when you turn to, don't get too focused on the radios, bring that power back. See how you're up and around red line? There you go.
How does it get to the red line, I guess?
Density altitude. Air's starting to get thinner, so the prop has less resistance when it spins.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Aerial adds ground, are we all...
Alright, so how do you think this looks?
Short final
I think this is pretty close. I might feel like we're a little low.
You're probably about 200 feet high.
Okay. So I was completely wrong.
Alright, but look,
left base 14.
you're in the ballpark. You're
Yeah.
within a couple hundred feet. That's not bad at all.
Westerly traffic, caravan Amphib is final approach 14. Westerly. Yeah, is it all set?
All set.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659, clear runway 12, taxiing back to 1. Clear runway 14, taxiing back to runway 14 for departure. Mansfield. 4 miles.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, turning left base for runway 14 Mansfield. Alright.
Plymouth traffic looking for the active runway. Plymouth.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, turning final for runway 14 Mansfield.
Now, see how your nose is off to the left right here?
Yeah.
Which is fine. But what does that tell you?
Some wind?
Exactly. That's where the winds are coming from.
Yeah.
So that's how, like, if you didn't have a windsock or anything and you're trying to feel it out, you can feel it. You can see it.
We're dog final, 14 westerly.
So now, look at the end. Straighten the nose out with your rudder. So a little more right rudder. Hold that left wing down to straighten it out. See that right here? Now hold that. There you go. Keep holding that. Keep holding that. Beautiful.
That looks like he's ready to solo.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior.
Had a little help there.
Crossing 422 on the grass, Mansfield.
That's what we call a side slip. So when that wind is coming in, the way I like to do them, when you're coming in and you see that nose kind of crabbed off, is you want to ride that crab as long as you can over that runway, over the center line. And then you'll see if you look at the far end, you can tell your nose is off. So just kick the rudder in the direction to kick that nose straight. And if you do that, it's going to start moving on you. So just going to stop it from moving. The only way to keep the plane to stop moving with that nose straight like that is going to be for you to put the aileron in the opposite direction. So it's kind of a natural feeling if you do it that way, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. Alright. Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, clear runway 14, taxiing back to 14 Mansfield. Alright.
So you got that back now.
Alright.
Now let's do another fun one. Everyone's favorite one.
Mansfield traffic, Skyhawk.
I'm going to land at 100 knots.
400.
Huh? I'm going to land now at 100 knots.
Coming in like a rocket. Now, with this, really when would we notice that the airspeed wasn't working?
Again, not until we're in the air.
Oh, not necessarily.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659, departing runway 14.
I guess as soon as we're taking off.
That's one little thing today, and I was waiting to see if you'd pick up on it and catch it and stuff. And you'll see it now when we're doing it.
Yeah.
When we start rolling down the runway, one of the checks that you really want to start doing is saying airspeed's alive, gauges in the green, getting those call-outs, because that's another required piece of equipment, and if we don't have that, the only time we're actually going to see that it's working is when we start to roll down that runway and start building up speed. The idea is we can catch it way before we even rotate.
Yeah.
And so if that happened, all you would do is just bring the power back and just keep it on the ground, let it roll out at speed, and start hitting the brakes and get off and get it looked at. Maybe you left the cover on, maybe something weird happened.
Right.
And stuff, you know? But basically, say that you didn't catch it for whatever reason, and we'll get up in the air and see if you can give me a lap around. So feel the plane out, and I'll let you make your call.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3, 1 November, crossing 042 to the grass, Mansfield.
Traffic in the pattern. Mansfield.
Oh.
The other thing is, what else could you do to kind of guesstimate what your speed is?
Besides using the GPS?
Well, that's one of them. You got ground speed. You can get a ballpark with that. You know? The other thing is your tachometer.
Gotcha.
You got your tachometer, you got a power setting, but I don't even really want you looking at that too much. I just want you to feel the plane, fly it. You'll do fine. Now, going back 1 second to the altitude thing, there's another little trick. You got two other places in this plane to find your altitude. Do you know where they are?
Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659, turning left crosswind, runway 14, Mansfield.
No, I don't.
One of them's right here.
Okay.
This is reading negative 100 feet right now.
I
The
see.
reason it's doing that is because of the high pressure system. It's squeezing that balloon down. This is always set to 29 or 9 or 2, basically. So when we get up in the pattern, we're basically 200 feet low right now. So if you subtract 200 from 1200, this should be reading 10 when you're up there at TPA. The other thing is if you click over in the nav menu, right here, we have an altitude as well. So there is backup things, but I'm not quizzing you on whether you know that stuff today. Today I'm trying to prove to you that you yourself actually know and can feel what the plane's doing a lot more without the instruments, and that we don't need to kind of rely on them. And you're doing great with it, so keep it up.
All right. 317 outside, turning left crosswind 14.
All right, we're good.
All right. Rock and roll.
There's your traffic above your left wing. See them up high?
Yeah.
So just say you're taking off, you got crosswind traffic in sight.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, departing runway 14. We're going to stay in the pattern. We have traffic in sight, Mansfield. Alright. I don't know if airspeed is live. Everything else is in the green.
Traffic, you got 317 outside, turning left downwind 14. Mansfield.
And I think she wants to go up now.
Now, unfortunately, I have to ask you to turn the AC off.
Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. But do you think eventually it would just pull that thing out?
Like for the winter or something?
No, do we think like the wind would damage it or damage the window maybe?
In this plane, a little more than the others because it's already got that little bit of a crack right there.
Oh yeah.
But I honestly don't know.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659 on downwind, turning
pretty
final,
strong.
runway 14.
It's not glass. Like a plexiglass.
Correction. Warrior 659 on base, turning final, runway 14, Mansfield.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, turning left crosswind for runway 14 Mansfield.
Plymouth traffic, 6 on Bravo, is on a 3 miles, 45 for 15.
So remind me when we're on the ground today. I'm going to give you a little packet. That's the pre-solo rate test.
my Hawk that time?
Okay.
Challenge traffic, 342, Sierra 2,200 on a left base for 19, landing full southeast grass, Ellington, jumpers, Ellington, watch out.
Mansfield traffic, Sky 317 Alpha Charlie, turning left base 14, Mansfield.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, turning left downwind, runway 14 Mansfield.
Roger.
Alright, that traffic's
I see
about
him.
good.
Yeah.
1 o'clock. Or not 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
Alpha Charlie, turning final, 14, Mansfield. Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659, clear runway 14, Mansfield.
Westerly traffic, Skyhawk base, runway 7, simulated banner protection, westerly. And Plymouth traffic, listen browse, Mansfield left downwind, 15, Plymouth, east runway, block.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, turning left base for runway 14 Mansfield.
Mansfield traffic, Warrior 659, crossing 422 on the grass, Mansfield.
And Plymouth traffic, listen browse, left base, 15, Plymouth, full stop.
Mansfield traffic, Skyhawk 317 Alpha Charlie, has cleared the active 14, Mansfield.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, turning final, runway 14 Mansfield. Alright, let's see how we are.
West traffic, 6 on Bravo, turning final for runway 15, Plymouth.
Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. I'm liking it. So, we'll go to North Central and we might change things up a little. We'll go to North Central next week, for sure.
Yeah.
See if you can get me there, see how the landings are looking. If it's looking good, I'm going to kick you over to Bill the following week to have you do a pre-solo checkout. And if he says you're good to go, then we're going to get you up your solo. That'll be our game plan.
Even with landings like that?
Oh, that one was fine.
Okay.
Didn't have airspeed, it was good.
How fast do you think I was going on that?
You were probably just a little hot. It wasn't bad at all.
That's what I felt. Mansfield traffic, Turkey through in November, clear of runway 14, taxiing back to 14 Mansfield.
No, that one wasn't bad at all. Actually, what I'm going to have you do is bring it back over to the pumps.
All right.
But yeah, you're looking great.
Thanks, you do a lot for my confidence there, Tyler.
You're welcome. Well, I'll show you the pre-solo written packet. We kind of have it designed to hit some, it's open book, open notes, open everything. So you can, use the FAR aim, you can use the P-hack, you can take your time and go through it and answer all the questions and stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to ask you questions about, the airplane, the local airspace, and regulations, that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
And so for the airplane questions, it's going to ask you some markings on like the gauges and stuff like that, like the oil temperature markings and everything. So take a picture of the cockpit before you leave today. That way you'll have that to answer the questions. And if there's any questions you don't know the answer to, it's fine. Just leave them blank. And when you come in, we go over the whole test together and talk about it and everything.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, crossing 0422 The Grass, Mansfield. That thing's got to be a lot of fun.
Oh, God, yeah. One of the things that I always question is, that's a single-seater.
Oh, yeah. How do you get tested out?
Yeah, how are you just like, all right, I'll give it a shot. I mean, it really wouldn't bug me too much where I'm at now, but, if you think about it, if you're a lower-time pilot early on and stuff, you're like, yeah, here's the keys. And you're like, shit, I've never been up in this thing. I don't know how it flies or feels, or no one can tell me, no, do that, do it like this. Like, you got to learn yourself.
You can't learn it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, you have to learn somewhere else. We were getting, at the air show last week, they were buzzing the Thunderbirds right by us.
Yep.
It was the coolest thing ever. Still sunburned, though.
Yeah, I wanted to go to that.
It was fun, because you can walk through the big, like, super galaxies, and they see the size of those planes. We're going to have to wait here.
What I'll have you do if you want is just come to a stop right here.
Alright.
We'll just shut it down right here. We'll take whichever pump we'll pull it over. That way you're not burning the Hobbs meter on yourself.
Alright, so electrical.